Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing all of my eco-friendly swaps that I have picked up on Amazon. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. If you have been following for a while, or if you've watched a lot of my Amazon videos, which I will link my Amazon playlist up here, I have so many videos of Amazon stuff. But if you have watched them, then you know I always mention trying to be less terrible, because I don't think that any of us are perfect when it comes to swapping to more eco-friendly things in our household, but I do think that we are all making strides. So today I just wanted to share some of the swaps that Adam and I have made in our house, and just I don't know, give you guys some insight into some of the options that we've done. A lot of them are pretty affordable. I do just want to preface this and say I don't think that any of you are doing a bad job. I don't think that this is something that you should just buy everything immediately. I think it's a slow switch. It's expensive to just go out and buy all new things in your house and like throw away stuff. Throwing other things away, like one-use plastic things like Ziploc bags or something, if you already have them, use them, like use them up before you're just going and making this huge investment. I don't think that it's realistic for anyone to just transform their entire life overnight. So these are all things that we have done over the past probably like 6 to 8 months. It was not an overnight switch, and a couple of the things are like very recent. So I will link every single thing down below in the bottom bar. My top is actually from Amazon as well, which I will link this, my necklace, all the things that I'm wearing will be in the bottom bar, as well as everything that I mentioned. One of the very first switches I made was using a reusable tumbler instead of water bottles. I made this switch a couple of years ago, and this is my tumbler. I've mentioned this quite a few times on here. It comes in a ton of different colors and sizes. This is the 30-ounce tumbler, and I just have this straw in it, and it does have this top, so you can close it if you're driving and it's bumpy or something, and you can put like a hot drink in here as well. I think they have different tops too if you wanted like a coffee type top, but they come in a ton of different sizes, shapes, colors, patterns, all the things, and these are way more affordable than the Yeti brand, but they keep my drink cold all day long. I've gone to sleep with ice water in this before, and I woke up and there was still ice in it the next day. So I think that these work perfectly. I don't need my drink to stay cold or hot for like 7 days. I should be drinking it anyway. So for me, this works. If you're diehard for Yeti, you do you. Next up is this silicone loofah. This is something that I've had, I think I got it maybe like 6 months ago, but this replaces those sponge loofahs. You're supposed to replace those every like 2-ish months, and so this is a really good option. You can throw it in the dishwasher to sanitize it, but it still lathers, which was my largest concern. I was just not interested in something if it wasn't gonna lather the soap and still feel luxurious on my skin. This does. It's super soft. The bristles are pretty long on it. It's still kind of wet because I just took it out of the shower. But I do just absolutely love this. I can't recommend it enough. And I like that you can just continue to use this for forever, maybe. It's something that you don't have to throw out, you don't have to replace, and you can still sanitize it and keep it nice and new. I grabbed this package of microfiber washcloths, and I have been using them a ton. So I will say I still use makeup wipes every once in a while if I'm swatching something, or even sometimes to take my makeup off at night. It all depends. I am not perfect here. I'm not claiming to be perfect here, but these have definitely cut down on my use of the makeup wipes. So these are, it comes in a package. I think there's a few different sizes of how many you get in the package, but they're just these square microfiber cloths. They're insanely soft and they wash really well. So I'll just put, you can see there's some like little makeup spots on it. I mean, I don't care. I throw them in the wash. It's not like these are like on display or something, but you can get a different color too if you don't want to see makeup, but I just like the white. So I take a makeup oil or a cleansing balm or something like that, take my makeup off, and then just wet one of these down and wipe all of my makeup off before washing my face. It's the first step in my cleansing, is just removing my makeup with a cleansing oil or balm. And these just work great. You don't have to tug at your skin at all, so it's not, I feel like cleansing balms are good for anti-aging because you don't have to tug at your eyes to get your makeup off at all. You just literally rub, and then not rub, but like put it on there and kind of rub gently, and it kind of just melts your makeup away, and then you can just wipe it off with a washcloth. And again, these are something that you can just throw in the washer and continue to use over and over and over again. I recently switched our kitchen sponge to this silicone version. We were replacing the kitchen sponges so often and it's ridiculous. You shouldn't have to. So I got this package of silicone sponges. This is the first one that we have opened, and we've had it for maybe like 2 weeks now, and it comes in a pack of like 7. So I have all of these still in the wrapper just because we don't need 10 sponges that are open, but it just has the little grips on it and it's double-sided. It still lathers the soap really nicely. It's just like the Loofa, and I think that it still does just as good of a job. I will say if you have like really stuck on stuff, you will need something a little more abrasive, but for just the everyday washing your dishes, this works perfectly. And these, again, you can throw in the dishwasher to clean them and they will last forever. Another switch I made years ago was using reusable straws. These are metal straws. They also have glass options, which I've been thinking about getting a couple of glass ones as well. So these ones are in the gold color. I really like this. These are perfect if you have, I don't have a glass. I don't know why I even thought I would have a glass sitting here. Of course I don't, besides my tumbler. But these are good if you're drinking something. This is a little too small for this specific tumbler, but just drinking something out of a regular glass. I really like these ones. I drink my Zip Fizz every morning with them, and I just really like that you can just wash them. They're super easy to wash. It only takes a second, and yeah, I love them, and you're not killing the turtles. I will also link the ones that kind of telescope into itself that you can, they come in like a little package. One of my friends has one, and you can take it out to a restaurant if you want to use a straw there. A lot of times if I'm out and about, I just won't use a straw. That doesn't really bother me that much, but if I was really wanting to use a straw, you could get that. So I will link the options for that below. For Christmas, I got a Soda Stream, and I am obsessed with this thing. It is so easy to use. What I was most concerned about was that it was not going to be really convenient, and that's the one thing that I've made sure to do, is make sure that every single thing that we switch to is something that we can maintain, because the last thing I want to do is just add more work onto ourselves, because we'll end up not doing it, and then we will have purchased stuff to do it and have reusable stuff. It's just an even bigger waste. So every single thing that we're doing is things that we can sustain and maintain long term. So the Soda Stream, I was worried it wasn't going to be very convenient to make, but it takes not long at all, and it just comes with this little bottle, and this has been sitting in the fridge for like I think 2 days now, and I just want to show you how much it will pop still. So you can hear the carbonation is still that good, and it's fizzing after a couple of days. It says that it'll stay fizzy. I want it, now I feel like I'm questioning myself because it seems like such an absurd amount of time, but I want to say it said like a week or 2 weeks. I don't even remember how long it said. A long time. I would probably never keep it in that long just because I drink it. So yeah, anyway, this is amazing. It has completely replaced me buying cases and cases of canned sparkling water. I am a sparkling water addict, and I was just going through so many cans of it, and it was so expensive. I just ran out of my first like CO2 cartridge, and I make a liter of it. This is a liter. I make one every day or every other day, sometimes usually every day, and it lasted me for about 6 weeks. So I would usually go through a case of sparkling water in about a week, and that's like $4. So $15 every 6 weeks is a much bigger savings. So I'm not using all of the aluminum cans. I'm not using the you know, packaging of the cardboard, and I'm saving money. I'm realizing how many things have to do with the kitchen. Apparently a lot of our waste is in the kitchen, but we got these reusable grocery bags maybe like 8 months ago or so. They come in a ton of different colors. We got a 10-pack, so we just keep 5 in my car and 5 in Adam's car, so whoever's car or whoever goes to the grocery store has them on them. But these are much bigger than a regular grocery bag, which is nice because you don't have to carry as many bags, and the handles are long. I don't like the ones that have the short handles still, because I can put this over my shoulder and carry more, which I personally like. These are really sturdy. We haven't had any rips or tears, which is nice because you can kind of pack them more full than you can a regular plastic grocery bag that you have the chance of ripping. I feel like we've already gotten our money's worth out of these, and we've not even had them for a year. I also use these for random things, like if I'm shipping out a bunch of With Love Sarah orders, I'll pack one of these full and take it to the post office. I just reuse these for everything so much. Next is these baking mats. These are silicone baking mats. I got a package that comes in 3 different sizes. So this little one works for the little tray that we have in the toaster oven. And then there's a medium one, and this one works perfectly on our baking sheet. These replace the use of like aluminum foil or parchment paper if you're cooking something on them. They work up to, I think, 450 degrees, but I've made like the egg bites in my toaster oven. We made Brussels sprouts on them last night. We've made a bunch of different veggies. I've made turkey burgers, just everything, like anything that you put into the oven that you would normally put on parchment paper or aluminum foil, you can just put this down. These can go in the dishwasher, which is really nice, or you can just wipe them down. That's really easy as well. So I just love these. I think that it's awesome that it's like a one-time purchase. I don't have to purchase these all the time like we do with parchment paper and aluminum foil, and they don't lose their shape. So I just rolled these up and I put them in the drawer that the parchment paper and aluminum foil live in. We do still have both of those things, and we're just kind of using them sparingly, like if we have to take something somewhere or whatever, but we have definitely been using these the most. We buy quite a bit of produce, and one thing that I realized is like a little sneaky guy is those produce bags at the grocery store, the little plastic ones. It's so integrated into our lifestyle that you just completely forget that you're even using them. But we grabbed these mesh produce bags, and they do have the weight on them, so if you are checking out, you can have them take the weight off of it so that you're not paying for the weight of the bag. We just weigh it, it's not that big of a deal. But they come in different sizes, so depending on what you're getting, there are small, medium, large, and it came in a pretty big pack. And then it just has the little drawstring with the clothes. So we actually keep these in our fridge with produce in them, and that works out really well for us too, just for storage. But I like that they can breathe, and these can be thrown into the washer, which is really convenient in case there is any like juice, or if something explodes in it or whatever, you can just throw them in the washer and not worry about it. Our most recent investment is this. These are wool dryer balls. If you guys, I just got a package of 6 of them. If you guys have any tips on these, or I just read a ton of stuff about how you can put essential oils so that you can scent your laundry, please leave your tips below. I would love to hear them. I am such a newbie when it comes to essential oils and just dryer balls in general that I don't really know how to scent them, what scents work well, what combos are good for laundry. Let me know all the things, but I'm really excited about these. We won't have to use dryer sheets anymore, which have just been proven to be toxic, and they're just wasteful. So we have these that we can throw in the laundry, and they're supposed to dry your clothes really, really quickly as well. So I will keep you guys updated on my journey with these, since these are new to me. I do have a couple more things that I want to show you, but they're not sitting right here, so I'm just going to take you around my house and show them to you. We are in the kitchen under the sink, and another swap we made is this. So this is a compost bin. I didn't feel like bringing this into my filming room just because the nature of it is pretty gross. So this just holds all of our compost, and it has this charcoal filter so that it doesn't smell when it's closed. And we actually use a compost service. I have to admit, when Adam first talked about composting, I was a little nervous about it because I was imagining us with this like huge thing in the backyard, like rolling the compost, trying to get it to be mixed up and whatnot. And we ended up finding a compost service in our area, and they just drop off a 5-gallon bucket every 2 weeks. So they just come by, we leave it outside for them, they swap it out for a clean bucket, and then we just put this small one, it's in the kitchen so it's convenient, and then when this fills up we go and put it in the bigger one. So we pay for that service, and they actually just started in our area, so once they come up with compost, they'll actually give us really nice rich soil that we can use in our yard if we want to. So it's kind of a cool service. I'm sure that they exist in tons of parts of the country, so you can look that up if you're not fully committed to like doing it on your own in your backyard. My sisters do it, and like one of my good friends does it. All the power to you, but we're baby steps over here. The other thing is these. I don't have any that are empty right now, but these are just Ziploc replacements, and you can keep anything in them. So this is some riced cauliflower that we just froze because we weren't gonna use it right away. This is meat. I don't really know exactly what it is. Adam's in charge of the meat in this house, but they do come in different sizes. So we have these as well. I do just want to be real with you guys. We do have Ziploc bags in our freezer still. We still use them from time to time because we don't have enough of these yet. These are a little bit more expensive than some of the other switches. So we are making strides, but we haven't quite done it perfectly, especially when we put stuff in the freezer, because then they're in use for longer than if it was something that we were going to use up that week. Our fridge is a total mess, but you can see we have like a block of cheese in here. We have some chicken in this one. So these ones will be used more quickly since we, obviously it's in the fridge, so it's not gonna stay good as long, but you can put anything in here. You can put little snacks if you want, and then just throw them in there. We need to organize this though. This is insane. Alrighty guys, that is everything that we have swapped out so far in our house to become a little less terrible. I would love to know down below in the comments what you have swapped out at your house. Are there things that you're thinking about swapping out? And I do hope that you don't take this as me saying that I'm the best. We have a long way to go, but these are just the small steps that we've taken so far. And also please remember, this has taken us over the past like 8 months to a year to make these switches, some of them even a couple of years ago. So this is not something that is going to happen overnight. And I also don't suggest you just throw out all of your, you know, aluminum foil or Ziploc bags or anything like that. I think this is a slow process, so give yourself grace on it if you are on this journey too. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Everything will be linked down below in the bottom bar in case you are interested. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.